Hey everyone, it's Warren here from Overexposed 360. In this shooting tips video, we're going to look at how to keep your 360 shot as level as possible. There's nothing worse than seeing a 360 photo or watching 360 videos where when you start rotating left and right and realize that the horizontal rotation is not leveled. Of course, sometimes you may actually want this to be this way to reflect the point of view of the character. For example, if you want to portray the view of someone lying down on the grass. But in general, you want your 360 photos and videos to be as level as possible to ensure maximum immersion and avoid any disorientation for the viewer, especially when viewing in a VR headset environment. So the good news is that the Samsung Gear 360 Manager have the built-in function to automatically level the horizon no matter how your camera is mounted. I'm sure most of you are aware of this, but I'll just run through it quickly. This function is sitting in the settings menu under the heading of Auto-Correct Angles. So what this will do is always convert your photos and videos to display a level horizon. No matter how you shot your footage, it will always be the right side up and level. To turn this on, go to the settings menu in your Gear 360 Manager and turn on the Auto-Correct Angles function. Any photos or videos you download to your phone will be leveled. This will also work for viewing photos directly from the camera, as the leveling feature will be done on the fly for photos. However, for videos, the leveling will only be applied if the videos is downloaded to your phone. This is a great feature as it allows the camera to be placed in any position and you can still get a great leveled shot. Even with this feature available in Samsung Gear 360 Manager, I still prefer to keep my shot as level as I could from the get-go. Like in general photography, even though it's possible to post-edit or Photoshop everything, there's nothing better than getting it right straight out from the camera. And also by getting the original shot as close to intended as possible, it just saves time from mucking around later on. Getting a level shot also affects where and how the stitch lines impact your shot. If you're shooting somewhere where there's a lot of straight lines and angles, for example buildings, if the shot is not level and the stitch lines are at an angle, it might make the stitch image messier than it needs to be, as the stitching or mis-stitching is across straight lines rather than along the straight lines. So what I've got on my camera is a little spirit level. I ordered them via eBay and shipped from China. I think they were like $2 or $3 a bag of 10 or something like that, so they're pretty cheap and they're really handy to have around. All I do is put a little bit of blue tack on the bottom of the little spirit levels and stick it over the record button of the camera. I make sure I put the camera on the level surface and then move it around a little bit until I get an air bubble dead center and press it down to make sure that it is level. This is really handy just to make sure a shot is as level as you want it to be, as it is often hard to tell once you mount the camera on a relatively long tripod or selfie stick and the floor might be slightly tilted. So just having this little assurance on top of the camera, you can make sure that your camera is mounted at the angle that you want or as level as you want. The final thing I'll say about getting the shot level is that the autocorrect angle feature or function is only available when you're stitching your photo and videos using the Gear 360 Manager app and not via Action Director. There's been times when I've checked my photos on the phone and they look fine, but when I was doing final edits and then used Action Director to stitch the image and realized that the image is not leveled. I didn't realize back then that the settings is not available in Action Director. In fact, like I normally tell everyone, always back up your original in-camera unstitched file, as the autocorrect angle function, much like the auto-base logo function, only impacts the stitch output file for your stitch file from the Gear 360 Manager. Which means that if you decide later on that you don't want your photo or video automatically leveled, you can always restitch it from the original file with the settings turned off or via Action Director. I hope this has been helpful to some of you. A few of you have been asking me for my editing techniques for 360 photos, so the next video that I'll be rolling out in the shooting tips videos will be an advanced editing technique video showing you basically my workflow from Go2O from the photo itself from the camera and the process I go through in editing to the final product. So hopefully I'll get that up in the next week, in the coming week, and hopefully you'll come back and watch that. So until then, please subscribe and comment and let us know what else you would like me to demonstrate or show with 360 videos and 360 photos and anything VR related. But until then, it's Warren here from Overexposed 360. I'll see you next time.